November 28th, Mitch Miller. I made a mistake. I confessed to the Pope, and that could have been construed as a temple where I was keeping things. So I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, I want to say that I am a 33-year-old man, a 33-year-old human being, age 33, and I can remember every second of my life. But I'm going to try to make this clear one more time. But there's a story about a convoy, and it's rush hour, so I'm going to tell that story too. But what I want to say is the ponytailed redhead at the end of Le Jetée movie, the Le Jetée movie, is still at large. Basically because the Pope wanted to protect South America, but you know, if to the G'day clan, if you haven't watched the first Highlander and then like the second evil Highlander, and you also can't access Apple, like the history of Apple and the commercials and stuff he was standing up and talking about in front of audiences and putting on projector boards for Apple computers, and you don't get the reference there. Anyway, I'm going to try one more time to make this as clear as possible. Okay? There is one Johnson & Johnson satellite owned by the 1% of the United States of America. And if you don't think that the star system is the most powerful system in the world, then, and you didn't read my website, and you can't read my website because here's the deal. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I believe it has the highest amount of veterans in the nation, and a lot of them are so old that they can't read, okay? But if you can't understand that the Pope is the most powerful figure ever on the planet every single time, and figure that one out, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to do this because here's a scene of a Johnson & Johnson salesman, or here's Andy selling Johnson & Johnsons. Okay, yeah, see, you just set it up there like that. Yep. You see him there? See him? Yep. See, he's age 33. Age 33. And, yep, you're gonna, sorry, this is a video. Hold on. All right, I'm the Pope finally. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, Pope, you're gonna masturbate for the first time today. So just go ahead and touch it. Yep, touch it and just, yep, think about it, yep. Oh, you're coming. Oh, see? See all that semen? It almost shot up to the moon, right? We're gonna shoot you up there someday. But don't worry. John McCain is Buzz Aldrin's twin, but a female politician had to deal with the active shooter program in the United States in order to keep a clone of the DNA on the ground. Okay? So, there's that. But here's what happens after the Pope comes. How many did we get? I don't know. Did you see him? No. How many did we get? I don't know. They're Can you find a location on there? Can you find a location? No. Good thing Kim Jong-un fired a couple rockets up in the air every once in a while to make the news. So I know that people are still firing rockets out of the woods. Okay. Yep, that's right. Looks like this one is ready for the head transplant. So he's perfectly pretty good shape. We already got him, stripped down. Well, he better strip down. Yep, he's all ready. Looks like he's good, and we're just we're monitoring everything from space, and everything's gonna be fine. So here's the situation. This is to any military personnel. I'm trying to be professional and protect President Obama's daughters by being a lawyer and being able to fly and help them. But I need information. And I do not want to interrogate anybody in any way. I want to just ask them questions. But with this system and what I'm talking about, it is kind of going to be that way, because I'm probably meant to walk into any government department in Washington, D.C. and answer their questions. But I might have pinged off a couple other idiots and advised President Obama to hide one of his daughters in the FBI so that his other daughter could act. So right now we're a little bit in, a little bit of crisis mode. But don't worry. As long as... No. But don't worry. As long as Wes Anderson takes a Darjeeling Limited through India, and then right before he plays a Blitzkrieg bop, he'll be fine, because he's got like the last film equipment in Los Angeles. And here's the situation. What you are hearing can be explained from the ground, and I'm well aware of that. But if we have no contracts or no way to look at that, it's difficult, and then somebody wants to do the negotiation instead of the military type style situation, because I sent the Obamas screenplay. No, I didn't. I was trying to use Emma Watson to use the internet to prove that the United States could vote on whether the military should go into Pittsburgh and rip down all the towers. But that's sitting at my plugged-in film school in Pittsburgh, because Buzz Aldrin's Boba Fett was working the front desk the whole time. And so I'm going to tell you this right now. To all you conservative dads out there that bring women to religion, okay? if you do that, I'm going to tell you a little story about Pennsylvania, okay? Because when you implant conservative women wherever you want, and then you put investment houses right next to places like Catholic schools and things like that in Erie, Pennsylvania, and you got a fleet of Humvees running down from Erie with a geek squad following it, that's not good. But let me tell you about the trip to Harrisburg, because I'll save that one for the Department of State to save her. So Murkle can Murkle an urkle, or 3 urkles, or 5 urkles, and I'll watch her if it helps her Murkle her urkle. You got that, Daddy? Do you have that? Okay? You have that. She can Murkle as many urkles as she wants, anytime she wants, wherever she wants. So here's the situation. We always have a cardinal in the head house, but there's the 4 cardinals of the apocalypse. Sometimes 5. I have gathered that we, on our plane trips, we read documents. We do not, because I found the 2 openly gay people that made it up through the United States military, and Biff's gonna put them on the cabinet or something as the FCC and the FAA, and they're probably women because, of course, they would go first for that sign-up sheet, right? Or the 2 men are trying to kill me and take my body because I'm the only one that could figure out how to make my social security number disappear. But, you know, that's what all those people in Pennsylvania served for. Now I am trying to handle the acid and face situations and other type of situations, but, you know, I'm hoping that this gets through to South America, and that we can find somebody's travel records, because Mr. Motorcycle Man likes to ride around all through Europe with his 7 deadly horsemen, so that they'll start all the CIA operations on your children all over the dang place, using this crap. And luckily 2 larger nations have a little bit different writing style. So I'll tell you the other situation. I'll tell you the secret that I got out of DCville, because if I go to Pope Vatican City down there, I'll unlock frickin' the rest of all of human history probably. But I think I did it there, and it was pretty treacherous. If you want to see, wait. I hopped on a plane to Casablanca, and with a lot of different ethnicities, and ended up in landed in Casablanca, and hopped another plane that had I figured out the FCC and the FAA's way of using me to convince people that the graphics coming up on their little scan thing isn't just the air marshal up there's brain, because that's the next one to get registered next, to show up all their social security numbers, because it's okay to own DNA, right, Georgie Porgy? Then I hopped a plane into Berlin on a smaller plane that just had the little flip down graphics and just like a video game type of graphic to show how, it wasn't even a tracking of progress, and I was fine with that. But you think your Wi-Fi generation is going to be fine hopping on those type of planes? So, that's one major situation that I can take care of and totally explain. Flying around Africa and down in South America. I need to somehow hide the Obama fortune that I don't even know that they have at the Utica Elementary School. And, the 187s can hold off for a minute because I got to shoot some more today. But for the Mexicans, I know that it's annoying and you'd like to piss on the burning bush, but you just kind of got to hold off on that. Trust me, because I got a way better one in a screenplay for all these gun toddlers that want to let the male FBI agent have a gun and the female FBI agent not have a gun in my FBI interview that was clearly had a huge camera right up on top of it. Okay? Because it's called, I'll tell you what it is. Zappity zap zap and you're frickin' catatonic so that Mr. Magoo can walk in and just take you out of the room. But these countries are commies, right? I'm going to tell you the other story about the convoy out there in Siriusburg or wherever. That's why I'm worried about Tina Fey, because it's about the story of the lost soldier that's looking for a water fountain down in Florida. Okay? So that's why I'm not going to go out. I hope you can understand that that is why I'm not going to go out onto the desert near Dubai right now and just stand like that next to Murkle under Tentville with the other Highlanders. I apologize. So, if you want to protect women, this is it. You can talk to me, pretty much. No, you can talk to me, or not. Because I'm going to have to walk around all day playing Robert Osborne for you so that you can have an argument to feed into the Bill O'Reilly, Nancy Grace machine over there in Conservativeville, because that's our only freedom of speech. Like, I would care if the Chinese said whatever they want in Chinese and Russian say whatever the heck they want in Russian. So I believe that all doctors should have borders, okay? And they take an oath, and I read that oath, and in that oath, it's contested about abortion. And I made clear my stance. Do you understand that? Any medical professional that wants to call yourself a professional, you either legislate in your country or you do not leave your country. Do I make myself clear? I'm happy to speak with any vassal, knight, nobleman, king, and that is where I'm trying to go. And I have very specific reasons for that. A lot of it has to do with tribal situations and undocumented people. But Bush and Bush Jr. down there have all of Mexico City documented. So, they're ready to build the wall, right? But, I'm trying to get to the two places that might still have some educated people that are undocumented to save all the physicists from getting gobbled up by the corporate brains. And if I have to travel back to Copenhagen for $10 and a nickel, I can show you how they're going to patent every word so that our kids don't even talk anymore. That's why they all want to find me. So if Emma Watson wants to do a screen test with me in front of this thing so some people can set their minds at ease, I think that would be very beneficial, because I have that script with me. If you want to launch that out on the internet to intimidate some frickin' people, because I wanted to disappear out of the United States saying, pointing at businessmen and saying, I know what's going on here, and there can only be one corporate fall guy, right? You can't bring different Comcast officials and all kinds of people in. But HBO, and don't worry, I'll go into that if I have to go back down into Crazy Town.